In early 2025, my older brother Gary thought it might be fun for Dad and all the brothers to go for a motorbike trip in September. The trip was from Stanthorpe to Bega and back, but we didn't quite make it to Bega and only got to Batemans Bay. We would go down the coast and check out some of the coastal towns and stay off the highway as much as possible. David wasn't able to make the trip, unfortunately, so we took Gary's son, Ewan, instead. We had 6 people, 4 motorcycles, a van and a trailer. We had the first couple of nights accommodation planned, as far as camping goes, if you can call it accommodation, and we would see how far we could get every day, trying to get to a general area and book that night's camping as we got along. It was a bit of a sketchy scenario as far as I was concerned, but Gary was quite confident it was going to work. So this is my bike. I rode and filmed from here, so you'll see a lot of the dash during the trip, and my dad's drone, used that a bit. But other than that, it was basically just from the view of my helmet cam. So it's a little bit limited in what you get to see. I apologise for that, but we were moving pretty quickly and I didn't have a lot of time to set up too many shots. I tried, but this is what we got. I hope you enjoy the video. Leaving home, we head through some nice countryside into the national parks, which are awesome, and then end up at Dorrigo.
So you're riding?
Yep. For the start of the trip, the riding was a bit boring, so we put a couple of the motorcycles in the trailer, one in the van, and Greg on the KTM. We continued down New England Highway through Tenterfield and Deepwater down to the Guida Highway. Yep. It was at this point I was a bit sad. Greggy was on the motorbike by himself, so I decided to jump on mine and ride along with him.
It'll be interesting to see what it's like with that suspension now.
Yeah. This road is one of my favourites. Just the variety of bush, rainforest, back to bush again. It's just incredibly beautiful. Wow, this is cool. Isn't that something? Massive outgoing trees. Okay, that should be good. This is Raspberry Lookout. It's a truly magical spot. It's so pretty up here. It also marks the start of the twisties, which we're pretty excited to get into. Yes.
It's elixir for the soul.
That's pretty cool.
Yeah. We should get one of those for the farm. Yeah, it's great. I was thinking about it.
After a quick fuel stop at Grafton, we headed south down Armadale Road on our way to Dorrigo. This is what we came here for. This is one of my favourite sections of road. Truly awesome.
Yeah. Careful. Steady.
This road wasn't in the best shape and had a bit of dirt on it. We had to be a bit careful. That was until we decided not to take it so careful and really started to boogie.
Send it, Greggy! Send it! Oh my word! He's giving us some!
Coming into Dorrigo down Tyringham Road was just a treat. This place is just so pretty.
Oh, lovely cows on the hill. Before we dip into the corner, gas out of it.
I was trying to be helpful by pointing things out here like trees and cars and stuff. Stephen at the back of the pack thought he'd do the same. It was hilarious.
Car. So you should be up front saying car, mate. Jeez. Car Forest Drive. Car for a little spin. Very nice.
Stephen, Greg and I thought we had enough time to go for a bit of a detour, so we went down Moonpath Forest Drive and to Platypus Flat Campground. It was well worth the trip.
Oh yeah, boys. Yeah, boys. Hey. Goodness gracious. Oh crikey, look at that. That's a postcard. He's a big dog. It's a postcard every quarter you take the... Well, you fall over.
He didn't fall over, he was just turning around. But he made it look really difficult.
Geez, they're expecting a lot of day visitors.
This is Platypus Flats Campground. It's a bit hard to get into here being four-wheel drive access only, but if you can get here, it's well worth the visit.
This is awesome. Jeez, alright, here we go.
It was getting dark and fast. We were running out of daylight. It was getting cold. There were animals on the road. We need to get out of there and get back to camp as soon as we could.
First day on the KTM.
Yep. What do you reckon?
Excellent, very good.
Yeah. What's on the menu tonight?
We got some potatoes and some savoury meat.
Yeah.
It's very good.
Tonight's lodgings is Stephen's little tent. We've got Gary, Dad and Ewan under the van awning. Looks quite good.
Yeah, mate, this is a pretty fancy setup, you can see. It's going to be a good night.
The Hilton. Oh, we got cots and everything. Very cool. And a couple of swags. Very fancy. Got the fridge. Got the Tenere still in there. We'll bring that out tomorrow. We'll have a spin. Over here we've got the Roscoe's Castle. Away from everybody else. Hopefully they won't hear me snore. I won't hear them snore. And all the bikes so far. Chained up and Gregory.
Day 2. We'll leave Dorrigo, head down the Dorrigo Range, pop into a bunch of coastal towns and end up at Flynn's Beach Caravan Park in Port Macquarie. It was also time for the brand new Tenere to come out of the van and hit the road. The historic town of Dorrigo is a great little place. There's a good pub, little delicatessen, bakery, opal shop.
A bit of jerky.
It's a fantastic little spot.
All this stuff here, though.
One of my absolute favourite places is just up the road from here. It's called Dangar Falls. It's just beautiful.
Over in America you get lava flows going over the top of the soil, and then when the waterfall goes over the lava, it erodes the soil away underneath the lava, and you get a hole under it. And I think it could be the same up there at Lamington National Park, those ones up there. Maybe, I don't know.
Yeah.
Here we're heading from Dorrigo to Bellingen down Waterfall Way. Waterfall Way is a picturesque drive with waterfalls such as Ebor Falls, Dangar Falls, and this one we're coming up to just around the corner.
Bellingen. Hammond and Wheatley, the Memorial Hall. Gee, they're still using it too.
We stopped into Urunga to have a look at the Urunga boardwalk, but it was closed, unfortunately, due to Cyclone Alfred, and it was still being fixed, so we had to move on. We rode through Nambucca Heads up to Captain Cook Lookout. Nambucca Heads is a nice little town, but doesn't seem quite as touristy as the other ones we saw during the trip. We continued south trying to stay off the highway as much as possible and just stick to little coastal towns. We popped into Scott's Head and Southwest Rocks. We got to Southwest Rocks, where we were trying to find some oysters and some prawns for lunch. We found this place and we went up to see him, but he was closed. He wasn't even at home. We gave him a call and he said that we hadn't been able to get oysters for months due to the dirty water that the cyclone had made, and that nobody was getting oysters. And so we ended up just going to a seafood shop and getting some prawns. We followed the Macleay River down to Smithtown from Southwest Rocks. It was a really scenic drive along the river, but we couldn't go much further than that, so we had to jump on the highway. We get off the highway and head for Port Macquarie. Tonight we're staying at Flynn's Beach Caravan Park.
Looks like we've got onion,
Yep.
chicken, toast,
Yep.
and I want you to point out how tough we've got it. Look at this. This is really tough. Yeah.
Just using the barbecue.
Yeah. And then we've got really tough. We've got it with bloody hard beaches to sit on. Yeah. And then we've got cheese, tomato. We've got a bachelor's handbag. We've got two bachelor's handbags actually.
Yep.
Yeah. Oh. Gregory went and got some hot chips.
Oh wow.
Yeah.
What's the sandwiches?
Lovely. Awesome. Gregory,
Look at this. Onion, chicken, chips, rocket and spinach, tomato, cheese.
Oh,
That's what dreams made of. Look at that right there. You can't get better than that.
Today's a really big day. We start on the coast at Port Macquarie, we end on the coast at Forster, but we go a long way inland up to Ellensborough Falls, which is the second tallest falls in Australia.
So much food.
Leaving Port Macquarie, we head up through Warhope, or Warchoppy, as Greg calls it, through Timbertown up to Ellensborough Falls. This drive is incredible, or ride's incredible. I'm not going to talk much, just so you can appreciate the scenery.
Beautiful.
After some pretty relaxed riding through the countryside, we stumbled across some twisties. I've put together a bit of a power out of the corners compilation here. A quick stop at Bridal Veil Falls at Cumboyne, and we saw this. After a quick break, we hit the road again through some of the most beautiful country of the trip. Unfortunately, the storm clouds were gathering.
Spot where I could grab it if I needed to.
We took shelter at a small art shop that was closed before getting back on the road again. Leaving the blacktop, we headed onto the dirt. This is the only time during the trip we did spend some time on dirt.
What's for lunch, Ewan?
Bit of this and bit of that.
A bit of this?
Leftover mince and sausages. Mixed up with some chuka left over as well. And then we got some sandwiches we can make out of it. Then we got some fruit. And then we got magpies.
Lovely.
Let's grab them.
Now, who's responsible for the grocery shopping yesterday?
Just on our way to Wingham. It's truly beautiful country down this way. Marley Hall. This place is cool.
After coming down the mountain, we found ourselves going along the flats and made our way to Wingham.
Like the sleeper. Interesting how this little town is kind of perched up here. Like you can still see mountains for so far. Yeah.
Leaving Wingham, we headed through Taree, took a quick run down the freeway to Forster.
Yeah. I'm filming. This is cool.
We stopped at Bicentennial Park for a quick break and had a bit of a look about.
Yes, I was just looking for a stone here. I thought there's some beautiful stones here that you can use. Well, this is something like it, but for a pestle, for a water. But then I come across these shells here. Quite a large shell. They're typically bigger than you would usually find, but really nice looking. But I'm going to keep looking for my pestle. There's Ross told you. But it's really lovely out here, right on the ocean out here. Really nice. Rain clouds out there. You can see some rain clouds out over to the north over there. Sand, the waves are breaking nicely. Lovely. view out there, Ross.
Yes.
Hey, look, cliff face down there.
Pretty crazy, isn't it?
Really, really lovely.
Yeah. Crikey. These boots are hard to walk in. Monster sand dune.
Yeah, it's amazing. That's cool. Look at that land they haven't even developed. We should buy that. Well, nice in the park. Yeah. I hope.
The prawns from Southwest Rocks were so good we had to get some more, but we couldn't find parking for the trailer in town. So Gary parked, went across the road, grabbed some, and did a drop off to the van as it drove past. It's pretty cool to watch. Heading south of Forster along the Lakes Way, we had Wallace Lake on the right and the ocean on the left.
See this utensil here? This is Stephen's favourite thing.
I reckon it's a ripper.
Eh? You never use this one? Look at that. A skillet or fry? What do you call that thing?
Jumbo skillet.
Cast iron skillet.
First before April 21. Oh. You've been hiding this, haven't you?
We can't have that recorded.
Yeah.
2.5.
You are. The end of the table.
Today we head inland again, going through the river towns of Clarenstown, Seam and Morpeth, down to the Hawkesbury River, staying at Mill Creek Campground. Dad really enjoys going to sleep with the sound of the ocean in the background. So right here, right now, this was his happy place. Righty, Reggie, what's our delicacy this morning? Mackerel oil on toast.
Mackerel oil
Yes,
as the butter,
right.
right?
As the butter,
Is the butter.
right.
And then we put the mackerel on top. And we just spread it round.
So it's a mackerel spread.
So it's mackerel, yeah.
Because when I was a kid, you could buy Peck's paste. It's a sandwich.
So we'll bust it up like this.
Right,
And we'll spread it around a little bit.
right.
And if you want, you can put a bit of avocado on there. But that's not bad, just like that.
Has everyone finished the yogurt?
Yes, like that.
Yeah, just like that.
Righto.
Look at that, beautiful.
And?
And then you eat it.
So, you know what?
And then we'll cut it into quarters.
Taste test, come on.
So anyone, I've already had one and it's delicious, so I don't need a taste test. She's already been,
Alright, I'll have a go then.
she's already been trialled. And it's great success. Not bad, eh?
That's not too bad. You're welcome, sir. That is really cool.
Mozzarella, $18.
Yeah, what's good? It's buffalo mozzarella. It's not your run of the mill or anything. So you thinking no? Okay. Well. Gary mentioned that this was one of his favourite parts of the trip, heading down the Lakes Way past Mile Lake. These were some of my favourite clips from the trip where we're all in a line, riding together in formation. It's pretty fun.
Yeah.
Nice. Nice, lads, nice.
After finishing the twisties on Burrell Road, we pulled over at Burrell to let Dad have a ride. We loaded up the 2 Trans Alps because it was going to be a bit flat and boring from here, but Greg went on the Tenere and Dad went on the KTM for a bit of a ride together.
All right? Got the gloves and the jacket and the pants and the boots. Wow.
It's only just big enough for the motorbikes.
And they've reinforced it.
Yeah.
Crikey.
Yeah. Oh yeah, and they've tensioned it up. That is a cool bridge though.
Very cool bridge. This is a lift bridge, so you can put your big super yacht up there.
Up the river. There must be some big boats if you need a lift bridge here.
Here we're driving through the river towns of Clarencetown, Seaham and Morpeth.
Whoa. That's some sweet digs.
The first 10 minutes was a bit nerve-wracking for that little journey. Been going for about an hour or so.
Yeah?
Got a sore arm. I get a sore arm in the last month. And started to get sore hanging on. And the helmet, holy hell, it was like, yeah, so how you fellas can sit on for 8 hours and bucket, I know you need to go middle. But no, it was fun. Haven't ridden a big bike for 50 years, so no, it was good.
Leaving Maitland, we headed toward the historic mining town of Cessnock. I really like these old mining towns, or old towns in New South Wales. They've got a bit more history. They've been around for a bit longer than the towns in Queensland.
Hey, how you going? Well, I wanted a half a kilo of prawn, but Gregory vetoed me and we got a kilo of these jumbo prawns. And they're very, very high demand, these prawns.
More than 2 prawns.
That's right, yes, and the boys unloaded them, so I'm peeling some prawns for the bike unloaders.
Oh, no, thank you, Dad.
Heading west from Cessnock, we were getting pretty excited. We could see the mountains in the distance. It was going to be a full afternoon of winding through the twisties, getting up to Wiseman's Ferry. This place was pretty cool. It was pretty fun to stumble across the historic town of Wollombi. It looked like it was set up for tourists to come and stay and eat and have a decent jump off point to see the mountains that are around, because we're kind of in the middle of the mountainous regions at the moment. We were cruising along towards Buckety. This section of road was quite relaxed. It was nice just to have a look at the scenery, see some of the horse farms, and just take it all in. Gary had planned to camp on the other side of the river, but we missed the last boat of the day, so we had to camp on this side at Mill Creek Campground.
You show them the workshop.
the workshop. Gary's doing a bit of the first oil change on the Tenere. Got a special Castrol Edge drip pan. And over here, Gregory's just serving up dinner.
Are we winning, Rob? He did it like his brother. A big helping. Look at this. A bit of ABC sauce. With the Asian coming out in him.
Stephen's going with the chili.
Chili, yes.
Good job. All right. Ewan, dessert time. What do we got?
Sprucing up my cream rice with a bit of fruit salad out of a can,
Yeah.
and then chuck on some muses for that crunch and that.
No, a bit of crunch.
extra toast.
Now, are we doing something special with rice creams tonight?
Yeah, we were comparing the Woolies brand, which is made in Belgium, and then comparing the White Wings, which is made in Australia.
Australia.
So I think we have a clear winner.
Let's have a look at these. Okay, so you've tried both of these, and you have an opinion. What's your opinion?
I think I'm with Greg.
Yeah.
That the White Wings is much nicer texture. It might not be as sweet, but it's definitely a bit more premium taste
Yeah, premium.
Far superior.
and texture.
Greg. Taste of your childhood, hey?
Tasting my childhood right there.
Love it.
Bitterly disappointed with the Woolworths stuff.
Really?
Especially being an Australian company, they just really have not stepped up to the plate on this one.
Yeah, okay, fair.
Let me down severely.
Right,
But our White Wings, you've hit a home run tonight. You've done well.
very good. Stephen's making a fire. Ewan's enjoying it.
Today we leave the beautiful Hawkesbury River, travel through Sydney, down through Royal National Park and end up just north of Wollongong.
You got a bit of spaghettisaurus.
Delicious.
This is for Ewan,
Oh yeah?
for his little kid.
During the trip we came across many sites like this one, where landslips had occurred due to Cyclone Alfred nearly 9 months ago. We're just climbing and climbing. Wow. What? No way. The Hawkesbury River region is a delightful convergence of a relaxed, meandering river, contrasting against wild, rugged mountains. The place is beautiful. I'd love to come back and explore some more someday. The Hawkesbury River. The place is amazing, isn't it? Coming into the northern suburbs of Sydney, we decided to load up the Tenere and the KTM for the trip through Sydney. It was going to be a bit boring on the way to Royal National Park, so Gary and I just rode the Transalps through.
View. I have no idea what that thing is.
Turns out it was a terribly ornate water tank.
Cool. Oh, whoa, that's a cool shot.
This is Bungoona Lookout at Royal National Park. After looking at the flowers, we decided to roar out and have a look at the rest of the park, only to be stopped by roadworks. Here we're only a couple of kilometres from the suburbs of Kirrawee and Sutherland. Sydneysiders are so lucky to have such a wonderful national park just down the road. This is some fantastic riding. It doesn't get much better than this.
Oh, hello. Good. What do you reckon, Ewan?
Here we are at Watamola Falls. It's a really unique little spot with a waterfall, a beach, some rainforesty areas, some really long walking tracks. You could spend quite a while here. It's really, really pretty. Continuing toward National Falls, the road just got better and better. This was one of my favourite sections of road. It was so good, in fact, I went back up and did it again.
Fantastic. Oh man.
After an incredible afternoon exploring Royal National Park, it was time to move before it got dark. But we weren't done yet, with this bit of road leading south of the park being some of the best of the day. We stopped at Bald Hill Lookout to figure out where we were going to sleep that night. It was a really great spot. In front of us you could see the Sea Cliff Road. Behind us was a launch pad for paragliders. It was probably the first time I was quite nervous about where we were going to sleep that night. Being so close to the city, I thought it was going to be quite difficult to find somewhere with only a couple of hours' notice. Gary and Greg are both on phones right now trying to find somewhere to stay. We ended up finding a place to stay at Corrimal Beach Tourist Park.
Dude, this is sick. What the heck? So was there a road? There was a road up there. And they thought, well, enough's enough.
There's little towns along the way. We're hemmed in by the ocean on one side and hills on the other.
Anita's Theatre. That looks pretty cool. Presents the Mary Wall Poppers.
That night we decided to splash out and went to the local bowls club. It was Gary's 49th birthday, so Greg organised a cake for him and we celebrated there. Today's going to be a fun day. We're spending some time around Wollongong, Port Kembla, and then making our way down to Murrumarang.
You and the chef getting his eggs sorted. Very nice. Good job, Ewan.
First up was Flagstaff, Battery and Lookout.
These are all made in 1861, all three of these. Quite impressive.
I don't have much to say. We're here, we're riding, we're having fun. The Hawks. Basketball.
We took a quick blast up the mountain to Mount Kara Lookout. This ride was so good, I went down and back up a second time. This is my second ride up. Let's do it together.
minutes to get here, eh?
What a fantastic view. And to think that just 10 minutes ago, we were down the bottom there.
This is Burnout City. There's just tyres everywhere. Holy cow.
We stayed up on the mountain roads and headed toward Mount Kembla.
Protecting our drinking water. No vehicles, bicycles, animals, cutting, dumping, anything.
We descended down the mountain and headed to the Fo Guang Xian Nantian Temple. I wasn't sure what to expect. It's going to be interesting.
Colourful.
It's the largest in the southern hemisphere.
Who is?
It's temple grounds.
Oh, really? Huge. Hey, Gary.
Hey mate,
How you doing?
good.
What are you thinking of our temple trip
Temple's good mate. I've seen 2 temples on our trip.
so far?
Yeah, one in Sydney, one here.
Yep.
Yeah, it's pretty impressive. Like the gardens. It's really nice.
Yeah.
Anyone who comes to Wollongong, I think you need to have a look because it's very pretty.
Stephen. This place is amazing, isn't it?
Very nice. Very
Kids here
interesting.
one day?
Very interesting.
Very, very interesting. This is huge. Only 2. Just finished walking through the, what is it, Tian Yen? Did I say that right?
Yeah.
Temple? And there's three
Shrines.
and we can't film them, unfortunately, but they're spectacular. Just spectacular. So the smaller shrine has one god,
Or Buddha. I'm not sure if it's
Or
God
Buddha?
or Buddha, but yeah.
you'd say, with the many arms
Yes.
on different things. And what was the second shrine in the tower with 3 gods?
Yeah.
And then the biggest one with 5 Buddhas in it. Not Buddhas, I'm not sure. But anyway, it's really, really cool. If you come here, you should definitely check out this if you're in Wollongong. But they represent, you were saying they represent different things.
They both look after different things. Some look after the people that passed away.
Right.
Some look after childbirth or whatever. So they have different things that they look after. And if you want help with a certain thing, you offer something to that shrine.
To that shrine. Yeah. I felt a bit out of place today because like there were people coming in and they were getting their incense and they were kneeling down and praying, and I'm just looking around and what am I doing here? And they were properly getting into their worship. But it was cool to see, but I did feel a little bit uncomfortable at moments there, but man, this is a cool place. From here we headed down to Port Kembla Heritage Park for a sticky beak.
What it is.
We'll ask our viewers, what is this? Put in the comments below, like and subscribe. How you doing?
Make sure you share and like and comment.
Share and like and comment. Got it figured out, Gary?
No,
No.
it must have been short.
Oh, righto.
Look how little this area is. It's like,
I'll put your knees in.
see the brakes here.
Yeah.
How do you find that? Go away. I think that shouldn't be there.
Range.
Must be
6,000
cable.
metres.
Go, Greg. We headed down to Karma Point Lookout and Blowhole. We popped into a seafood shop and saw this fella. Apparently he's a regular, and the only way to get rid of him is to give him a piece of fish. There was quite a lot of people here, even in the off season. About 80 people waiting for this thing to go. Down the road was a little blowhole. It was feeling a bit timid too.
Jeez. Blows my mind in New South Wales, you can ride a bike on all the freeways. This is Ori Pools at Werry Beach. If we had a bit more time, it would have been nice to take a dip, but we've got to keep moving. What do you reckon, Stephen? Down by the beach here, we've got these big shells. Well, it's not really a beach. It's a cliff. Big flat shelves. The last one we had a pool in it. But these ones are really incredible, just at the waterline. At this point we were running quite late and we still had a couple of 100 kilometres to go. We had to get to Nowra, Ulladulla and then right down to Marramarang. We've stopped at Milton because we're freezing, sun's going down. It's a lovely little town, Milton Theatre, Courthouse, but we've rugged up and we're on our way. Leaving Ulladulla, it was getting really dark. Gary and Greg went up ahead and rode side by side like this for over an hour to make sure we could see properly. What's this? One way or another? I'm going to find you. Arriving quite late at the holiday resort, we grabbed the paperwork from the lockbox and set up camp and had toasties for dinner.
We need to
Yeah,
live.
the cheese needs to be coming off. She might be a bit cool for that.
What do we got in here?
We're getting close.
We need some more heat.
Well, it would shut off, so we've just got some more heat coming back in now.
Today's going to be a fun one. We're heading down to Batemans Bay, then north up through the Kangaroo Valley, Manning Lookout, ending up at Mossvale. Arriving in Batemans Bay was bittersweet. It was a nice little town, but sadly we weren't going to make it to Bega on this trip.
351 G10.
From here, we were going to turn around and head back north again. A different track to the one we came down on, but still, this was the end of the road as far as going south. Stopping at Observation Point Lookout, I saw some birds on some rocks, and I thought that might make some pretty good drone footage. Batemans Bay was a really pretty little town. There was a nice harbour, lots of boats. I imagine quite a few people from Sydney would come down here to retire. It's really tidy and just a nice place to be. Heading north again, we were off to the Kangaroo Valley. Gary was pretty excited about this one, and it was for good reason. Get the old foot out. Oh, that's a nice shot.
Ready, Ross?
We're on the Kangaroo River here, just next to the Hampton Bridge. This place was really cool.
It's really pretty. Gregory? Dad? Gregory?
Yes.
Penny for your thoughts.
It's quite a pleasant little place, isn't it? If I was a young kid, I think I would have spent a bit of time around here.
Yeah?
Or down here.
Yeah?
At the river, swimming, fishing, jumping off anything I could find. Probably not the bridge, still high up.
It is a long way up.
Could have put a few swings in the trees and find a few of these rocks to jump off. I think she's a pleasant little spot.
It is a nice spot, isn't it?
This is a new estate we came across. Instead of having gutters, the water runs down the middle of the road and waters these garden beds. It's a smart idea and one that Dad's thinking about using for his new estate at Glenapple. Continuing north through Barangaree and Fitzroy Falls, the roads just got better. So far today's riding had been pretty awesome. We took a quick detour to Manning Lookout to see what it'd be like. We were expecting big things because we'd seen so much great stuff so far. It didn't disappoint.
Goodness gracious. Look at that.
That is quite the view, isn't it?
There's farms down the bottom.
Quite spectacular, really.
Spectacular.
Now it's eroded like this.
So cool.
This is mad.
This is mad.
It is unbelievable.
So where are we, Gary?
We've just come out of the Kangaroo Valley.
Yes.
We've ridden 2 awesome ranges,
Yeah.
and if anyone wants to ride a motorbike, this is the valley. It is epic. Yeah.
Ewan had his first go riding a big bike and we were on our way again. Heading towards Mossvale, we started to see some really big farms and extravagant gate fronts and hedges. This place had some money.
Oh, the Theatre Royale. Wow.
Mossvale was another lovely historic town. Tonight we were staying at the showgrounds. We climbed a fair way today in elevation and it was quite cold.
Stephen,
Yes, mate.
what have we got for dinner tonight?
Mashed potatoes.
Yes.
And carrots.
Yes.
Honey,
Yes. Carrots with honey. Right.
garlic.
Sounds good.
Yes.
And steak.
And steak. Where is this steak from, Stephen?
I'm not too sure.
From the cow.
You don't know?
Banksia Springs.
If it's good, I'll tell you. If it's not,
I'll tell you where it's from.
Where's it from, Dad?
It's from Glen Eden.
Is it?
Yes, Glen Eden Farms.
Right.
That's right. It's my steak.
Well, we'll see, hey?
We'll see how we go.
We're looking forward to this.
It's Angus.
I hope Greg.
1, 2,
It's
3, 4,
quality Angus.
5.
And look at the marbling there, Ross.
5 steaks.
Marvellous.
Marbling.
Some tuna.
Okay. So, what is this? What's the name of your farm, Stephen?
Glen Eden or Banksia Springs.
Glen Eden, Banksia Springs. What cut is this, Stephen?
OP rib.
OP rib. Let's test it, shall we? For all the viewers, like and subscribe.
It's a tomahawk steak.
It's very good. Well done, Dad.
Very tender.
Well done, Stephen. Yeah. All right.
Well, we already know this.
So Ewan's been doing a bit of research into rice puddings. We bought one from Woolworths, and we've now bought one from Coles. And Ewan, your conclusions are?
We're concluding that the Woolies and Coles cream rice are from the same place.
This is Woolworths.
But
Coles.
because they're
So-
both home brand,
Okay.
Yes.
they have to be
Let's do a.
they have to be like
What's
a
this
lower
one?
lower standard because they're cheaper. So
Cheaper,
obviously
yeah.
What's this? Who's this
They
from?
Not as
obviously
good.
could be
White
from
ones.
the same place.
Right, Lee?
Do you want
They're
anything
just the rice and the syrup are just separated in this one.
Yeah, just very liquidy, not as creamy, hey?
Yeah.
Yeah, so it's just not, just doesn't.
It's quite sweet. Like it tastes nice, but it's like it's definitely not the top.
Right. But if you go to the White Wings Parsons brand rice cream, Gregory, would you say it's a little bit different?
It is. It's softer. The rice is softer. It's creamier. It has a better taste. It is just a far superior product.
It's a far superior
It
product.
is far superior.
Far superior.
Steven's agreeing?
The Coles rice is very grainy
Yes.
and
Oh,
not
yeah.
good.
Not
like it
good,
needs
not
to be
good.
cooked.
So the experiment is done.
Yes, never again.
We've come around to the conclusion that Ewan, you get to say it.
Never buy Woolies or Coles home brand cream rice.
What about Aldi? What about Aldi, Ewan?
Oh, they don't have any at all.
They don't have any at all.
I'm pretty sure they had some like a couple of years back when I first saw it, but maybe I haven't seen it
Well,
since that day.
it's mostly closed case, but maybe not
Always
quite.
just out of touch with consumers' needs.
We'll see. Today was a bit more of a relaxed day. We saw some great countryside, head up into the Blue Mountains, and ended up at the Grey Gum Cafe.
Step by step, I climb so high, touching the clouds, reaching the sky.
We were just riding along, enjoying ourselves, and out of nowhere we saw James from Thomas and Tank Engine and Friends. It was quite a surprise. As it turns out, we'd stumbled across the New South Wales Rail Museum and they were having a Thomas themed day. And James was a full-size engine. Who knew? Off the rail. Heading north, we headed up Silverdale Drive and Montpelier Road toward Walsia. This was a really scenic ride. It was mostly quite relaxed, but there were some fun bits along the way. A slightly annoying thing about motorcycling is how often you have to fill up. We had to fill up every couple of 100 kilometres, where Dad in the van only had to fill up every 600 or so he was very patient with us.
Before we knew it, we jumped on the freeway at Regentville and we were headed into the Blue Mountains. A quick stop at the visitor centre so Stephen could do a bit of a repair on his boots and we could figure out where we were going to go exactly, and we were back on our way. One thing that surprised me about the Blue Mountains was how populated it was and how many little villages there were. I thought it was going to be much like any other national park with just some parking and bits and pieces to see, but there's whole communities in here with their own shops and cafes to visit. This is Echo Point Lookout, where you can see the Three Sisters from. It's a great spot, beautiful, but so many people. And this is the off season too. Quite a lot of people live up here in these towns and villages. I'd love to come back someday and do some more exploring. It seems pretty interesting.
Where are we, Stephen?
Blue Mountains National Park.
What's this place called?
Not sure.
Glover's
Lookout.
Glover's.
This is the Hydro Majestic Hotel. It was huge. You can get a room here for about $800 a night with a fantastic view. We wanted to loop around and go through Bell and Bilpin, but we couldn't because of a road closure. So we had to backtrack a bit and instead went through Yarramundi.
Something else.
To my surprise, all of a sudden we were coming down the mountain back in the twisties. A great day. At Yarramundi Reserve here, we felt like we were a long way from Sydney, but we really weren't.
Just country town vibes. Is this still the Hawkesbury River, do we know? Just about have to be. Reckon? Quite pretty. Wow.
We'd finally made it to the Putty Road. This was going to be a fantastic part of our trip. We've really been looking forward to this one.
I was on the top. On the tippy top.
Unfortunately, on Google Maps it showed an accident halfway up the road. We weren't sure whether we should go ahead and risk it or if we should go around and add 200 kilometres to our trip. We decided to risk it.
Wow.
It was great riding, but we were getting nervous. The road was still closed on Google Maps and it was getting late and we really didn't have time to turn around now. We were directed to pull over and wait at the Grey Gum Cafe until further notice. There'd been a fatality and they didn't know how long until the road was going to be open again. A young fella who'd just gotten his licence was going for a ride with his dad when a motorcyclist coming from the other direction ran into his dad and they both died. The young fella was the only survivor. The staff there were really great. They put Gary, Dad and Ewan in the band shell. Greg and I set up under these gazebos. Today we head up through some mining country, through some very scenic countryside and end up at Diamond Beach on the coast.
I don't feel like going as fast today, Craig. No.
As we rode through the area where last night's accident had occurred, I reflected on this hobby of ours, motorcycling, and thought it's just so much fun. It's exciting, but there's always that danger in the background.
Hey, Jack Brabham. There he is. We've caught up to him.
Dad wanted to get a head start, so we left early in the morning, but we caught up to him reasonably quickly. This is a memorial to all the truck drivers that had braved the putty road over the years. It's a lot better than it used to be. And this kind of recognises people who had died on the road, but also those who'd spent a lifetime of trucking on the road and retired.
That mountain's been stripped. It's got steps in it. Goodness gravy, it's huge.
All of a sudden we were in mining country. I had no idea we were going to come across this. I was really surprised. I've never seen anything quite like this before.
Little D6.
This is what the country looked like beforehand. It was incredible to see they were actually making mountains. The size of this hole was unbelievable. I'd never seen anything like it. They had just shifted so much dirt. This train is taking coal to power stations to make sure the lights don't turn off in Sydney. Leaving Singleton, we travelled northeast through the scenic countryside through Dungog up to Gloucester. Riding along the ridge tops, we could see farmland for miles and miles. It was really gorgeous. We'd separated ways with Gary now. He had to get back to Stanthorpe to get Ewan to work for the next day. So it was just me, Greg and Stephen and Dad.
Wow. What are you? All smoky.
This country riding was a bit different to what we've been doing so far, which was mostly coastal and rainforest. But it was just super nice.
The Majestic Theatre. Lovely. It's no longer a theatre.
We stopped in at the Drifter store in Gloucester to pick up some camping stuff for Gary. It's got everything you need for camping in that place. Given that Greg lives in Alberta, he wanted to spend one more night at the beach.
We had a competition to see who gets out the tent the fastest.
Me, of course, as usual.
Greg lost it
Steve
terribly.
has got this ridiculous fine print going on.
Alright.
Apparently, my pillow was in the car,
Yes.
getting it a little bit of an extra dry,
Right.
and that wasn't good enough.
No, it's not.
So
it's
it
correct.
had to be in
So
the.
you-
So I got disqualified.
You went from first to last
Yes,
pretty quick.
I
Yeah.
went from pole. I went from the top step to the bottom step.
Are you okay with this, Stephen?
Yeah, no, I love
He's
it.
the one making the rules. He's great with it.
He thinks it's great. That's awesome.
Today was going to be another big day. We had to make our way all the way home. We had to go back to Gloucester, and from there we're going to take Thunderbolt's Way all the way to Uralla, and then the New England Highway back to Stanthorpe. We decided to take a back road on the way to Gloucester through the town of Firefly. Coming along Thunderbolt's Way, there were so many of these places where the bridges had been washed out that have to be repaired. As we descend down our last mountain, we come across long, barely winding roads. It's here I think about what it is about motorcycling that makes it so appealing. The best analogy I can come up with is that it's like flying just above the ground. It's the feeling you get as a little kid wearing a cape. You bend forwards, point your arms straight backwards and run, and feel the wind on your face and the cape flapping behind you.
Loading up the bikes.
For the last time, Roscoe, for this big journey.
Yeah,
Hey?
all the interesting stuff's done. We'll load her up, run our way to Walcher, go have some lunch, and go home. They've done well, hey Greg?
Yeah.
The big Tenere? Love it?
Not bad at all. I like the bike.
Like the bike?
I think it's a little bit too small for long distance touring, I think. But
Yeah,
the bike itself-
bit narrow.
Yeah. The bike itself's good.
Pretty good.
Bike.
Yeah.
This is good.
Happy days.
Right, power suspension.
Universal
Wow.
something. Where are we, Dad?
We're in Uralla
Uralla.
at 53 on Bridge,
Yes.
and we're going to have just an ordinary old works
Oh,
burger
burger.
for how many dollars?
$9.90.
$9.90, nearly $10
Yeah.
Yeah, all right.
for that. Thank
Just
you,
a
kind
comparison,
sir.
say.
$9.90.
It's a monster. Right.
What's that one there, right?
Chicken burger. You
Oh,
pick that
chicken
up.
burger.
Pick that up, Stephen, for me, just so you can see. When you
Pick
get
up
the burger. Yeah,
Tell
yeah.
you what. You're supposed to do that. You're either not
Right.
fork.
Look at that. Away we go.
We were taking shifts on the KTM. Steve had just finished his. It was my turn to go from Uralla to Tenterfield and Greg from Tenterfield home.
You notice, Dave, going up this street, every single building, every single building is historical. There's no modern buildings anywhere, not like the National Bank or the Commonwealth Bank or Stanthorpe. They're all old. I had to turn my camera on so I can take a picture. I don't have cruise control, so I had to let off the gas.
The weather was getting gradually worse. It was getting rainier and colder. Greg had to ride the next shift. He wasn't excited about it, but he did it. I didn't take any footage between Tenterfield and home. It was cold and wet and dark. So we just rode home. It was a pretty unceremonious end to our trip, but that's just how it went. Zooming out, we can see we covered a fair bit of ground. It was an unforgettable experience.
Yeah, I'm coming. Just coming up the road towards the Raspberry Lookout. Oh, I should have taken a picture. Jeez.